This is video 2 in a 7-part series on Deepak Chopra's book, The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success, and today we're diving into Chapter 2, The Law of Giving. Think about this for a moment. Life itself is a constant exchange. With every breath you take, you receive oxygen, and with every exhale, you release carbon dioxide. Your heart beats because blood flows in and out. Every relationship you have survives on give and take, listening, speaking, sharing, supporting. When you stop the flow, you stop life itself. Prosperity works the same way. To live in abundance, you must understand and embrace the law of giving. For those of us in our 40s or beyond, money and prosperity carry an even deeper meaning. Maybe you've spent decades working hard, saving, paying bills, raising children, or recovering from financial setbacks. By this stage of life, you know that prosperity isn't just about the number in your bank account. It's about energy, flow, exchange. It's about what you give and what you allow yourself to receive. And here's the truth. Many of us struggle because we've been trained to hold on tightly, to grasp, to save out of fear. We think if we don't cling to every dollar, we'll lose it forever. But have you noticed what happens when you hold your breath? You suffocate. When you clench your fist, nothing can enter. Abundance requires flow. Money, like blood, like breath, has to circulate. And circulation begins with giving. Now, giving doesn't only mean handing out money. Giving is broader, richer, more powerful. Every time you give kindness, you release energy. Every time you give gratitude, you shift your state. Every time you give value, through your work, your skills, your presence, you contribute to the universal current of exchange. That current always returns, often multiplied, because the universe works by balance. What you give out is what you invite back in. The question is, how do we apply this in real life, especially when facing financial challenges after 40? Start by changing the way you see giving. Instead of thinking of it as losing something, see it as planting. A farmer doesn't complain about releasing seeds into the soil. He knows that by letting go, the seeds grow and return as a harvest. Your generosity, your service, your value, they are seeds. When you share them, you're activating the field of abundance that brings back far more than you gave. But let's get practical. Many people after 40 feel trapped. Bills pile up. Retirement looks uncertain, opportunities seem fewer. The instinct is to shrink, to conserve, to stop the flow. And yet, it's precisely at these moments that giving can transform your financial reality. If you want more opportunities, give your skills generously. If you want more respect, give respect freely. If you want more wealth, start circulating what you already have: wisdom, support, money, even small tokens of kindness. The law is simple. Whatever you want more of, give it. But there's a catch. The energy behind your giving matters. If you give with resentment, fear, or hidden expectation, the flow blocks. True giving must be joyful, from the heart, without strings attached. Imagine handing someone a gift while thinking, "This is costing me too much." That gift carries no life. Real giving feels light, expansive, liberating. The moment you give joyfully, you align with abundance itself. Let's talk about money specifically. Money is not just paper or digits in a bank account. It's energy. It's a symbol of value exchanged. The very word currency comes from the idea of flow, like a current of water. When you interrupt the flow, by hoarding, fearing, or stopping generosity, you stop the energy. You might still have money, but you won't feel prosperous. And over time, even that money tends to dry up. But when you allow money to circulate, spending wisely, investing, sharing, giving, you invite it to return. Now, some might say, "But I don't have enough to give." Here's the good news. Giving doesn't start with big checks. The most powerful gifts are often intangible: time, attention, encouragement, love, a smile, a word of blessing. These gifts shift energy instantly. They cost nothing but create immeasurable wealth. Every person you meet today gives you an opportunity to practice the law of giving. A kind word to a colleague, a compliment to a stranger, patience with a family member, these are seeds of prosperity. Let's imagine this in financial terms. Suppose you feel stuck in your career after 40. You want growth, but opportunities seem scarce. What can you give? Start by offering value where you are. Share your knowledge freely, mentor younger colleagues, bring creative solutions without holding back. When you give value abundantly, people notice, doors open, and opportunities find you. This is not theory, it's practical energy at work. Giving positions you as a magnet for receiving. Or maybe you've been battling debt for years. The instinct is to focus entirely on yourself, your bills, your problems. But paradoxically, when you shift part of your focus outward, helping someone else, contributing even in small ways, you activate hope. You remind yourself that you are not powerless. You are part of a larger flow. That mental shift alone can spark creative ideas and bring unexpected opportunities to ease your financial path. The law also works on an emotional level. If you're over 40, you know that emotional poverty is as heavy as financial poverty. Loneliness, bitterness, regret, these weigh on the soul. But giving joy, love, appreciation heals not only others, but yourself. Each act of giving dissolves scarcity in your heart, replacing it with abundance. And when you feel abundant inside, prosperity in the external world follows naturally. Here's something powerful to remember. Life always matches your energy. If you move through the world feeling poor, deprived, and afraid to give, life echoes back scarcity. But if you move with generosity, confidence, and willingness to share, life echoes back abundance. Now, let's address a concern. Does giving mean becoming a doormat? Absolutely not. Giving is not about neglecting yourself or giving out of guilt. It's about participating consciously in the flow of energy. Healthy giving empowers both the giver and the receiver. When you give wisely, with joy, you feel uplifted. When you give what you truly want to share, whether money, love, or wisdom, you never lose. You expand. And remember this: giving is inseparable from receiving. They are two sides of the same coin. If you resist receiving, you block the flow as much as if you refuse to give. Think about compliments. How often do we dismiss them? Someone says, "You look great today," and we brush it off. But rejecting receiving is rejecting abundance. Practice gratitude when life gives back, even in small ways. Accept with joy. Receive as openly as you give. Imagine your financial life as a river. When the water flows freely, the river stays fresh, alive, abundant. But when you dam it, the water stagnates, grows stale, and eventually disappears. The law of giving teaches you to keep the river open. When you give, you release energy. When you receive, you replenish energy. Together, this flow creates prosperity. So what can you do today to live this law? Decide that every person you meet will receive something from you. It doesn't have to be material. It could be a smile, a kind word, a silent blessing, a gesture of support. At the same time, remain open to receiving gifts from life, a compliment, a new opportunity, an unexpected favor. Each exchange strengthens the current of abundance around you. And here's the beauty. Once you start practicing this, your financial life changes. You attract opportunities, partnerships, and resources you never imagined. Why? Because you're no longer blocking the flow. You've entered into alignment with how the universe actually works. Dynamic exchange, balance, circulation. So let me ask you, what do you truly want more of in life? Money? Start circulating it, even in small ways. Love? Start giving it freely. Respect? Offer it generously. Joy? Share it abundantly. The universe is like a mirror. It reflects back whatever you give out. When you live by the law of giving, you discover that abundance was never far away. It was waiting for you to step into the flow. After 40, this law becomes even more powerful, because you already know the limits of chasing and clinging. Now you can embrace the wisdom of circulation. You can plant seeds of prosperity that grow not only for you, but for your family, your community, and generations to come. So remember this: prosperity is not about holding tightly to what you have. It's about keeping the flow alive. Give generously, receive openly, and watch how life multiplies your wealth in finances, in relationships, and in joy. If this video added value to your life, give it a like, share it with friends, drop a comment below, and subscribe with notifications on. You can also enjoy the extra content I left in the first pinned comment below.